Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia Stoyanova and today we are looking at reading part 2, CELPIP reading part 2. And in this part of the test, we are going to get to know how to work with a diagram or with any visual text that we have to work with. So I invite you to go to my website, englishstoyanova.ca. Stoyanova is my last name, so that's my project that I've been working very hard to implement, and share with you guys. So please go there. And today we'll talk about the strategies and the format, what to do to succeed in this part, and we will practice on the platform using the same format of the tasks that you would see on a real CELPIP test. So first of all, we'll look at the format and then what kind of diagrams we might encounter, and we'll talk about the strategy and the main trap of this task. So first of all, the format, what to expect on the exam day. It looks like this, and I will make my image smaller for you guys to see. So the screenshot from the official website, celpip.ca, you could see that we have some email, just the same kind of email you have seen in the previous part, in the first part. But in this part, we also have something like this. It could be a brochure, it could be a flyer, so any kind of information that is visual. That's why it's called apply a diagram. But technically, it's never just, classic diagram. It's some kind of visual text. The trick here, it's a pretty straightforward part, honestly. Like you have to find some information, dates, time, prices, but the catch, the trick is that it's very fast because we only have 9 minutes for the whole part. Can you imagine? So it goes very fast and you have the visual text on the left and the email on the right. And mind you, so please remember, you cannot go back or you cannot, just click. So always stay on the same page until time is up during the exam and try to do all of the tasks, all of the questions within the time limit. So never leave the answer blank. I keep repeating that for every part of the test. Make sure that within the time limit, you are going to choose the best answer. Just try your best, yes? So even if you don't know, take a guess. We have all kinds of diagrams that we might see. Most commonly, we might see something like a schedule or a flyer, a brochure. And in this case, usually you pay attention to the pricing, to the dates, times. So that's what we have to pay attention to. And sometimes it's like a poster, so something you would see in a real life here in Canada. So the strategy, first of all, very quickly, like 30 seconds, look at the diagram, at the visual part on the left. What do we see there? Normally, you would see, like I said, schedule, pricing, but don't read just yet. Just very quickly skim that. And then also skim the text, who is writing to who, the purpose, the subject line. Find the key details, what they're asking for, and then always cross-check. So what the text is asking you and what the diagram is showing you. So it's also like, an attention test as well, as if you might call it this way. I would call it this way as well, because sometimes it's very straightforward, but you got to be really quick and just try to do your best. As I said, it's like a navigation. So imagine you are navigating and you are trying to just find the answers and never think of something just based on your own experience. For example, never rely just on your memory. Always double check what the diagram is showing you. So let's say you were trying to remember the yoga time, and in the text it said it has moved to the evening. So double check. Do not just put the usual like 6 p.m. or something, because it might be something else in the text, right? So never rely on your experience. So try to turn off your feelings, your own experience, and always rely exactly on what is written in the text or in the diagram. Right now, we are going to move on to this practice task. So please go to englishstoyanova.ca/app/ with me. And I'll show you just like that. We have this practice dashboard here and all the parts of the test. Of course, just for the purpose of this video, we're not going to do the whole test. So, but of course, I I have created the videos for listening for you. We're working on the reading right now, and there will be more videos regarding writing and speaking as well. So let's dive deeper into reading to apply a diagram. That's our part. Part 1 will be available for you for free to try it out. And then there are so many tests that I, with my team and I, we have prepared for you guys. So please do that. So pick up your subscription model, whatever you have, like maybe you could subscribe for a week, for a month, for a year, up to you. And you could practice. Notice that it records your past attempts as well. So let's say I have read through this text, I've done it, and I want to explain it to you now. And the same goes for you guys. If you have practiced before, all the past attempts are going to be saved on your platform. So that's a great feature. So you see here, 9 minutes, 8 questions, and we are getting started. So once again, just for the sake of saving your time, we are not going to actually read the whole thing together, but I will go and explain the questions one by one. So at any time, if you feel like pausing the video, please do that. So remember the strategies. First, you look very quickly just to see what is this about, and just to take a look, for example, Banff Winter Festival 2025. So very quickly, you see that there will be some events here, activities, times, and prices, right? For February. You don't have to study that in detail, just very briefly what we call skim through. So we have ice sculpture tour, snowshoe hike, curling clinic, dog sled experience, and you see the days for who and for how much. Now the subject line also tells you and prepares your brain, just like in the first part, if you remember. Now your task is to work not just sentence by sentence, but try to first of all pause the video and read the whole paragraph. That's also one of the strategies here. Because if you just start reading, just sometimes one sentence cannot tell you what is required. You gotta take a look at what comes next, because everything is connected in the text, right? Text is like a living being. Everything is connected in our body. The same is true about the text. So read the whole paragraph here. Pause the video, but we are going to dive into the question itself. Here, snowshoe hike. So you immediately find snowshoe hike here in the picture. Saturday afternoon would be perfect. It runs from. So you are testing yourself. Okay. Was this timeline? Snowshoe hike. Very straightforward, 1 p.m., 4 p.m., right? So you just find the relevant information in your diagram. I swear to you that tasks 1 and 2 are very straightforward if only you paid attention. So that always would work for you, right? So just be careful and always double check, go back to the diagram and, for example, costs. How much does it cost? So again, we go back to snowshoe hike. Don't just rely on your memory. How much does it cost? So you see, $45, and that would be our answer here. So clicking. And that said, I know Grandma wants to join us, so we need an activity with a bigger group capacity. The snowshoe hike only fits how many people? Here we go. Max group size, 12 people, right? So we found this info here, and we are finding the right answer. Clicking. Which might be the problem if our whole family comes. And then for Sunday, I was thinking of the ice sculpture tour. So here we go, ice sculpture tour. It's available. And then we see ice sculpture tour. Saturday, Sunday only. Every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday only. Friday and Saturday only. So you see the word daily. So it means that it will be every day, right? That's like a paraphrase for you guys. So they just changed the wording slightly, but we can clearly confirm that this is the right answer here. And is much cheaper at something per adult. Guided, outdoor, warm clothing required. What's here? Per adult. So at how much per adult? 28. So we found this information and we put it right into the text. Now, there are always 3 more questions. And here we got to be careful because this information, they are testing you how well you understood the email as well as the diagram. So here you have to refer to both. In most cases, not to the diagram anymore. Actually, you will refer more so on the email. So you refer to the email. You will kind of depend on the information that you have. It will depend on the information that you have in your email. So Tom and Niam are playing a winter trip and are trying to find activities that then we have cost less than $20, run every weekday and are available to all age groups, exclusively indoors and require no special equipment, fit the weekend schedule. So never guess. Let's go back and look back. They are saying the weekend, take advantage of the weekend activities only. So do you see the catch here? So it's about the weekend and it also about bigger group capacity. That was the key idea here. So which option do you think would fit here based on what we've just checked? Surely it's about the weekend, fit their weekend schedule and suit a large family group. That would be our correct answer. And then let's go on to the next one. Based on the email, Tom is concerned that the snowshoe hike, concerned, it means worried, yeah? And the worry was about the group size. You see, the snowshoe hike only fits 12 people maximum, which might be a problem. So which one is the paraphrase for this idea? So remember that the family is very big. And if you look at all of the options, it's only available Fridays, too expensive, requires a higher fitness level, may not have enough spots for everyone in the family. This looks like the right option just based on what we have in this text here, right? That it's a big group of people and they have many, so their family is big. Yeah, they have many people. Finally, we are moving on to the final question, to the last question. For Sunday, Tom would most likely choose the ice sculpture tour because, and again, double check, is much cheaper. It runs daily. There is no scheduling conflict. So there were several reasons here, but we always have to double check which one of them is mentioned. The only activity available on weekend? No, because it runs daily. It's not our answer. Cost less. Offered every day. Sounds about right. Indoors? Do we know anything about this? Yeah. Like, if it's ice sculpture tour, I doubt that it's indoors, right? But doesn't require any special clothing. It's not right because actually, according to the diagram, it says warm clothing required. So we cannot choose this option here. Has the largest group capacity? So simply not true, right? We have to double check here. 20 people, you see 12 people, 16, 8 people. Can it be true? Yeah, it actually... so it's interesting thing. According to the brochure, it truly has the biggest group capacity, right? However, I want to point out that Tom does not mention capacity as his reasoning. And it's a bit tricky here, and sometimes you might get a question like that for sure, because the question asks, Tom would choose this. Why? Not because of the sizing after all, but because of the price and because of the schedule. So that's important always to go back and double check in the text. And that's why the correct answer here would be costs less per adult and is offered on every day of the week. Now, we're all good to go, and you still have 1 minute left, as you see, according to the timer. When you do it on your own, maybe it will be even faster because you're thinking and we are discussing together. So once again, feel free to go back or pause at any point of this video just to re-listen to or reread certain parts. Sorry, I was rushing through a little bit, but I think it's just for the purpose of keep it concise and short and sweet. So we are going to click at next and we'll review the answers right now. Here we go. And now you could see the score. We have 8, all of them correct. We could see the text and we can click on them here. And also we see the explanation. So I feel that this is a perfect way to study on your own without tutor or a teacher. You just work through the questions, you write down the correct answers, the vocabulary maybe that you see in the explanations. So up to you what you do with that, but it's just my suggestion. It's a good way to work through. And we have so many other types of questions like that. I want to point out that we also have a course lesson on each part of the test that's available through the subscription. So you got to be a pro user and have a subscription. I just also want to say a couple of things here, that on our platform, we have the practice mode, but also if you click on dashboard, you have the mock exams mode, and you can, complete as many as you like, and we'll be adding more and more. And also, there are so many more cool features that I love. Like you could track course progress, you could even set the exam date for yourself. The same goes for writing and speaking, and I'll be showing you in the next videos that, it's a cool tool for you to get ready. There is a guide here, and you can click on it, and you see that we have templates for speaking and writing tasks that can help you succeed. And also you can practice your speaking and writing and get an instant feedback according to the criteria of the CELPIP test. Everything was designed in accordance with the CELPIP standard and was checked by me as a methodologist. You have the exam mode options as well, as I've mentioned before. So please check it out. And once again, I will put the link into the description of this video, so you will get the active link to englishstoyanova.ca/app/, and you see it on my screen right now, so you can go ahead and type it up, and or just find the active link below in the description of this video. So thank you so much, and in the next video we are going to talk about part 3, that is reading, and then part 4 and so on. So we'll keep practicing and preparing for our CELPIP tests. So I'm wishing you all the best and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Take care.